Welcome back, Digital Slang. Today, the Firefly Vintage from Jabees. A very unique pair of earbuds here. We're going to talk about that in a second. Price on these guys, $40. Value, bang for buck. That's what we're getting here with the Jabees Firefly Vintage. We're going to take a look. Let's jump in. The packaging, the boxing. You saw the quick unboxing in the beginning of the video. Let's take a look and see what else we get inside of the box. Of course, the usual paperwork. User's manual, QR code to scan, then go on their website, another QR code to scan, and a quick start guide here. Put that stuff to the side. USB Type-C to charge. We also get a bunch of silicone tips, various different sizes and shapes here. You do want to change out your tips, guys. Get that good seal. It does make a huge difference. They also have a little neckband here. You can snap this on. If you want a little extra support, if you're a runner and you just want to make sure they don't fall off or fall out of your ear, or if you just want to hang them around your neck, you can use this band to throw them around your neck. And the packaging, you did see, I do like the box here. I like the front of the box, the matte black finish on here with the color. Now, these are going to be a bronze and black color. They also do come in a black color. The vintage in the accent color, I do really like it. A bunch of the specs on the side here. Now, we'll go over the specs in a second. Just want to go over the packaging real quick, and then we'll take a look at the earbuds and then get into all of the specs. And here are the actual earbuds. Again, we do get that accent color, the two-tone look on the case as well as on the inside with the buds. I really do like how these look. The branding up here on the top, you see the Jabees. We do have some LED lights here on the front. And on the back, of course, to port the charge. Now, this does support wireless charging. And battery life on here is going to be pretty good. 7 hours and 28 total with the case. And again, this does support wireless charging. Now, the rest of the specs on these earbuds. Bluetooth 5.2 does come again in two colorways. This colorway here and a black color. Now, this does have a gaming mode. This does have transparency mode. We talked about the battery life and the wireless charging. Now, these earbuds are going to be very unique. And what I mean is there are physical buttons on these earbuds as well as touch controls. That's right, you do have different controls depending on how you want to use the earbuds. And we'll go over all of the touch controls in a little bit. Overall, a very good pair of earbuds. CVC noise cancellation technology for microphones on here. Again, there's a gaming mode for that low latency and an ambient mode, a transparency mode. Now, this does have app support. There is a Jabees app. The app is okay. The only thing you can really control from the app, I'll show it to you, but it's very minimal. You can't do much with it. It's just controlling transparency mode or a software update. Maybe they'll update the app in the future and throw an EQ on there. I would like to see that. But for $40, guys, we are getting a ton here with these earbuds. Now, as far as codecs go, it does support aptX, SBC, and AAC, so we're covered all the way around here. You can use one at a time if you do want to extend your battery life, but let's connect it. We'll start all of the testing that we normally do, and we'll start with a mic test, of course. Again, CVC, noise cancellation technology on these guys. We'll do it in a noisy room, and we'll do it in a quiet environment. You guys can be the judge for yourselves. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. How the mic sounds. Now, before we start the mic test, I just want you guys to see how these look in the ear. There is a very small stem on here, but it's small. It doesn't really bother me at all. I don't even notice it, to be honest with you. And again, very comfortable. They're not heavy at all. Now, they are a little bigger than I normally would like, but they do fit very well in my ears. I don't have a problem with them. So let's just start the mic test. You guys drop comments below and let me know what you think of the microphones. What up, guys? The Firefly Vintage from Jabees. A pretty cool pair of earbuds here. They're only $40. CVC noise cancellation technology. How's the mic sound? Sound good? Clear? Let me know. Drop a comment. All right, now we got some crowd noise going. And again, the mic. How's this sound? Is it clear? You know, this is what it would sound like if you were on a phone call in a crowded room, a noisy environment. Drop some comments below. Next, we're going to talk about the touch controls. Again, these do control everything, including volume control, including going back and forth from the gaming mode or from transparency mode. So let's talk about how this works. So most of the controls are going to be the tap to touch, and that is a good thing because when you are pushing in the buttons on here, you will get ear fatigue. You do have to kind of push hard on there. and you have to get used to it. Once you push it in, you got to make sure you take your finger off of it or it's not going to work. So if you're going to use the physical button, and you really only need to use the physical button for one thing, and we'll talk about that. Now, let's just get into it and I'll show you how they work. So if we play some music on the right earbud, let me lower this a little bit. On the right earbud, if we just tap it once, the volume is going to go up, and it does beep each time it goes up, so you know it's working. And on the left bud, if we just tap it once, the volume goes down, and it does work very well instantly. You don't have to tap too hard. Now, if we double tap on the right, it's going to pause it. And if we double tap on the left, it will play it, and it's play and pause on both earbuds. Same thing on each side. Volume up on the right, volume down on the left. 2 taps, play and pause on both earbuds. Now, if we triple tap, of course, on the right earbud, it's going to go to the next track. And if we triple tap on the left earbud, it's going to go back to the previous track. Now, we just touch and hold. And you hold it for about 3 seconds, your voice assistant will come on, and that's the same on the right or the left earbud. And it doesn't matter if you're on an iPhone or an Android device, Google Assistant or Siri. And if you want to activate on the right earbud, it's going to go into gaming mode. Now you want to push the button in, hold it for a second, it will beep, and that is going to enter and exit gaming mode. Now there is no voice prompt, it is just a noise, a sound that you hear. And on the left earbud, you do the same thing. You push it for 1 second, it will beep, you let go, and now transparency mode has activated, and that's how the touch controls work. And it does work very well. Again, you have control over everything on your earbuds. Touch controls for most of the controls, and then the physical buttons, that's what I would use for gaming mode and for transparency mode. And it works really well. Very impressive that they fit all of these controls onto a pair of earbuds. Now, since I am using transparency mode, let's just jump right into transparency mode and what I think of it. It's not bad. It's okay. It lets in a lot of the outside noise. The one problem I have with it is there's also white noise. So you can hear a bunch of white noise when you are using it, but overall, it's not too bad. You know, I think it's a little better than entry-level transparency or ambient mode, whatever you want to call it. It's not bad. My voice sounds pretty good right now. I can hear a lot of the outside noise, and it's pretty good. The problem, again, is the white noise. There is a bunch of white noise that I can hear on top of, you know, hearing my voice and the outside noise. Now, the one thing I mentioned earlier in the video, this does have app support. So let's take a look at the app real quick, because like I mentioned earlier, you can't do much from the app. And again, maybe that will be different in the future. And this is all you do right here. So you go into the app. Let me turn the brightness down. Maybe you can see it a little better. But you can see here the Firefly Vintage. That's really all you have. Once you connect it on the app, it's going to go right to this screen. And then down here, you just have a settings button, and it takes you to transparency mode. You can turn it on and off. And you have 3 different settings here: indoor, outdoor, and public transportation. And indoor and outdoor, not much difference between those. And then public transportation, that does actually take some of the white noise that's coming in. That does kind of stop some of that. And that is probably my preferred way to use transparency mode on here. I think that is the best sounding, the most natural sounding of the 3 on here. Outdoor is a little better, and then indoor just lets in a ton of that white noise. And that's basically all you can do from here. Hopefully, again, this will be different in the future. And I'd like to see an EQ in there, but for 40 bucks, you know, you can control transparency mode, well, toggling through it on your earbuds. But if you want to choose a different mode, you have to go into the app. So we do get app support. It's really only for transparency mode. To pick one of the 3, whatever one you think sounds better. You know, if you're in a different environment, you might prefer one over the other. So just know that it is available. Next, we're going to talk about the sound on here, the sound quality on these things. We'll talk about volume first. Now, volume-wise, plenty of volume. These things get loud. You know, you guys know I like excessive volume, and that's exactly what we have here. Dial it back about 20%, and I'm good to go. These things are loud enough. And the sound quality on here, I like these. If you guys like bass, you're gonna like these earbuds. There's some good bass on here. And the mids and the highs sound clear. The mids kind of, they're not lost, but the bass and the highs for me stand out with these earbuds. Overall, I do like how these sound. These are a pair that I could just get lost in the music. It's got that thump, that deep rumble that lingers for a second. It's not muddy. It doesn't take away from anything else. It just sounds good in my opinion. For 40 bucks, these are a solid pair of earbuds, especially all the bells and whistles on here that we get. So volume-wise is good. Sound quality is good. Overall, you know, maybe a little more clarity with the mids. I'd like to see them come out a little more, and maybe in the future we can get some app support in here to have an EQ kind of to boost that up a little bit. But overall, the sound quality in here for 40 bucks, I can't complain about the sound quality on the price of earbuds that are 40 bucks with all of these bells and whistles. These things are loud, they sound good. Transparency mode we talked about, you know, gaming mode on here. And let's jump into the gaming mode now. We'll talk about the latency. And the latency on here is not bad. Now the gaming mode does work okay. It's okay. If you're playing the heavier games, Call of Duty's, games like that, you're going to experience a slight delay. You might not notice it all the time, but every now and then you are going to notice it. But watching content, you know, live streams on YouTube like we're doing here, you know, regular YouTube videos, Amazon Prime, movies, anything like that, even like gaming, you're going to be fine. You're not going to really notice any delay with these earbuds. So look, the Firefly Vintage earbuds, the touch controls, physical buttons, as well as tap to touch. Again, use tap to touch. That's what you have to use anyway for most of the controls. Controls that do everything, including volume, including scrolling through transparency mode and gaming mode on each earbud. Battery life on here is pretty good, guys. 7 hours, wireless charging, codecs were covered all across the board. These things are a solid pair. The colors, I do like the colors on these earbuds. If I had to pick one thing apart, you know, the transparency mode, a little too much white noise if you are in the indoor part of the transparency mode. Again, you can change that inside of the app. And the only other gripe, well, that's probably it. You know, for 40 bucks, I can't really complain too much. I like the color of these. The accent color on here is kind of nice. A lot of good things. Guys, seriously, what we're getting right now in 2021, bang for buck value with earbuds is insane. These things would not have cost 40 bucks last year or the year before. What we're getting right now in the $40, $50, $60 range, competition is fierce. A lot of good earbuds at this price point. Throw the Firefly Vintage into the mix for 40 bucks. A lot of good things here, guys. Check them out. And a quick shout out to Jabees for sending these to me to review. Not a paid review. You guys will see this before they do. But I like them. They're a good pair of earbuds, guys. Check them out. I'll drop the link below. I hope everyone's having a good night. Stay safe. Have a great week, guys. Peace.